What is going on, guys? Wade here with Tuxcat Gaming and Sports, and we're back with our Crunch Time Sports podcast. As you can see, today we are now on NFL.com doing a 10-team PPR mock draft. So Friday we did a Yahoo one. Today we're now on NFL.com. Probably next Friday we'll be on ESPN. So I like to go through and do try out different sites because I am playing on multiple different sites as well. So as you see, the draft begins in 3 minutes and 25 seconds, and we are the 10 team. And this one, I think this is, I'm interested to see how this one goes. Do you go back-to-back wide receiver? Do you go back-to-back running back? What do you do? Do you go running back, wide receiver? It is definitely a tricky spot for sure. You could also go tight end here at pick 10, or well, pick 11. But that's just a little early, in my opinion, for tight end. However, if you were at the, if you were at 5 or 6, that's when I would start considering tight end. So we will kick it off in just a couple minutes, and we will go through this draft. All right, and the draft has begun. And let's see who will be taken with the first pick. I'd imagine it'll be Christian McCaffrey, and it is, and we're moving a little quick here. So we got Christian McCaffrey and Saquon Barkley with the first 2 selections. Team 3 is now on the clock. Oh, and it looks like NFL.com changed their mock draft time because he's only got 10 seconds. Ezekiel Elliott, yeah, we got 30 seconds per pick, which is really nice. I like that mock drafts have moved to 30 seconds. It makes it a much quicker draft. So we got Michael Thomas going after Ezekiel Elliott, Dalvin Cook, Derrick Henry going in the 6th round in a PPR mock draft. I would not touch Derrick Henry until the 2nd round, in my opinion. If you are in a PPR draft, that is where I would go ahead and take him. We are just a couple picks away. Let's see, who do I want to fall to me? Of course, Alvin Kamara would be great. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Devontae Adams. So there's still plenty of people left that I do like. And that guy got auto-picked number 7. So Alvin Kamara got selected to Team 7. Now let's see who Team 8 is going to take. He took Devontae Adams. And then Team 9 is now on the clock. And then we will be one pick away. Oh gosh, that was really loud. I'm going to need to turn that down. So Josh Jacobs got taken. I got 24 seconds. I am going to go ahead and take Clyde Edwards-Helaire. And then, this is tough. Do I go wide receiver? Do I go Hopkins? Do I go Tyreek Hill? Julio Jones? Or do I go running back again? Nick Chubb, Joe Mixon, Kenny Drake. Let's go ahead and go. I'm going to go Joe Mixon. All right. So let me turn that down. All right, so let's go ahead and look at the team real quick. I did decide to go to Clyde Edwards-Helaire and Joe Mixon. I think that's actually, to get Clyde Edwards-Helaire in the very last pick of the 1st round is actually pretty interesting. As usually he's gone around 5, 6, 7. So he was able to, I'd say, fall to me in my opinion. Lamar Jackson goes in round 2, at the beginning of round 2, after my pick of Joe Mixon, which is kind of annoying that people still do that, but whatever. I don't really have to worry about running backs anymore, in my opinion, technically, because I do imagine Clyde Edwards-Helaire and Joe Mixon will be great. I won't have to worry about anything. And now, the rough part about the 10-team pick, or getting pick 10, is that you have a long layoff before your next selections. So we will be waiting a while, but I will hope that maybe another wide receiver or a couple wide receivers or running backs fall to me, because I could take Chris Carson, Leonard Fournette, David Johnson, Le'Veon Bell. I'm not opposed to those guys. I don't think any of these top wide receivers will fall to me. If they do, though, I would be ecstatic. But we will get there when we get there. All right, I am up in 3 picks, so let's go over the draft real quick. We had Lamar, then Kenyon Drake, then DeAndre Hopkins, Miles Sanders, Julio Jones, which lasted a long time, Nick Chubb, Austin Eckler, and Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill went at pick 19. That is insane value. Getting Saquon Barkley and Tyreek Hill, and then Chris Godwin. That is a stacked lineup for Team 2. That is pretty dirty. Travis Kelce goes at the end of round 2. Then we got Kenny Golladay, Chris Godwin, Aaron Jones, Patrick Mahomes. Lasted into the 3rd round to team number 4, who he did get auto picked, so probably could have lasted even longer. Allen Robinson, Todd Gurley, Mike Evans. And now team 8 is on the clock with 8 seconds to go. And then George Kittle's still there, but he'll probably... Oh, no, David Johnson got taken. George Kittle's still there, Leonard Fournette, DJ Moore. And actually, since George Kittle lasted, I'm going to take George Kittle in the 4th round. But what do I want to do here? I could go running back. I could go wide receiver. Let me go ahead and get... Let me get Chris Carson. I'm going to take Chris Carson, and then I'm going to go ahead and take George Kittle over those wide receivers, because I've never had an early tight end like this, and this is pretty good value for George Kittle to be all the way at pick 31 was technically when I took him. So he lasted until pick 31, which I think is very good value. I drafted 3 running backs with my first 3 selections, so now I'm just going to load up on wide receivers. And this year, I do feel pretty comfortable about just loading up on wide receivers because there's so many wide receivers that are good, that can contribute day in and day out, which is not really what we've seen the past few years. As wide receivers are just really taking over just because the NFL is evolving into such a pass-heavy offense. Everyone wants to pass the ball. Everyone wants to score a lot of points. So wide receivers are becoming more and more valuable in the later rounds. And so now I don't even have to worry about running backs again. So we will go back and, oh my gosh, as you see, round 4, huge wide receiver run as we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in a row. I almost did take Amari Cooper over Chris Carson. If I didn't take Chris Carson, I was going to go ahead and take a wide receiver to pair. And as we've had a huge wide receiver run, which this is probably what is going to happen in your real draft, as imagine as the 1st and 2nd round will be dominated by running backs, and then all those wide receivers will just fall out. So we will pick it up in just a few minutes. All right, we are 3 picks away. And as you can see, we've had a huge run of wide receivers. So I wasn't really expecting this. So I do kind of wish I had taken a wide receiver at my 3rd pick instead of Chris Carson. But that's okay. That's what these are for. Mock drafts are always for experimenting. But I actually do have 2 wide receivers that I do like and I am a fan of. And that is going to be Tyler Lockett and DJ Chark. I both do think those guys will be perfectly fine. I would prefer them to be, wide receiver 2 and wide receiver 3 on your team. However, because I did take George Kittle, they are essentially sort of wide receiver 2 and wide receiver 3 because George Kittle is also going to give me such a high boost over other quarterbacks other tight end teams as well. So that does allow me more versatility there. And I'm not really sure why Team 2 took another quarterback. They took Dak Prescott when they had already taken Lamar Jackson. Maybe they are in a 2-quarterback league. I don't know. I'm in a 2-quarterback league in my home league. But mock drafting wise, I don't take 2 quarterbacks because it messes up the ebb and flow of everything. So I'm mainly doing this just to get a sense of where the people are. And we did have Deshaun Watson go in the 6th round, which isn't bad value. That's where he's projected to go. Noah Fant, that's an interesting selection for Team 6. He's pretty high on that tight end, taking him over Zach Ertz. Not really sure what he's thinking there. Russell Wilson does go at the end of round 2, or almost at the very end of round 2. So you can see quarterbacks go right around here as well, as most teams do have majority of their starting lineup filled up. But we are going to just keep filling up the offensive players and definitely holding in on wide receivers. So wide receivers that I am looking at, hoping to come back to me: Terry McLaurin, AJ Green. That's kind of high for Christian Kirk. So I'd probably pass on Christian Kirk. Marquise Brown. So we are looking at some of those players. Hopefully Terry McLaurin does come back to me. Maybe even Michael Gallup. I don't know. We'll see. Zach Ertz is still around. That is, that is something you could do. Go ahead and take Zach Ertz. Maybe trade him to a tight end needy team. But Zach Ertz does finally go. I actually do have the next mock draft we do. I'm going to be at pick 1 as there is a strategy I want to test out just to see what it will look like. But that is later in the development. And we are just a few picks away, so I will get y'all back there in just a second. Alright, so we are up in just a few picks, and as you see, rounds 6 and 7 have been very tied in and quarterback heavy, as we've had 4 quarterbacks being taken and 4 tight ends, and we still have 3 picks left. Team 7 takes David Montgomery. Team 8 is going to auto-pick a quarterback, so Kyler Murray. And then Team 9 is on the clock. So let's see. Who am I looking at? Michael Gallup. He does fall to me, so I am pretty happy with that. So I will go ahead and take Michael Gallup. And then who else do I want to pair? Maybe AJ Green. If Joe Burrow can have a decent enough rookie season, and if AJ Green can stay healthy, that would be terrific for me. That would be terrific. So I am going to go ahead and take AJ Green because also he's even on my bench too. So I'm not relying on him to be a wide receiver 1 or wide receiver 2 as he's technically my wide receiver 4. So now we will probably look for a couple running backs, a couple wide receivers. I don't need a tight end, obviously. And then quarterback, I can keep waiting on quarterbacks. I might target Joe Burrow because I do have AJ Green, Gardner Minshew. He'll probably, I could get Tom Brady. So there's still plenty of quarterbacks that I am fine with. So you don't need to reach on any just yet. And Team 2 took another quarterback. Okay, Team 9, you are whack. All right, but we will be back to my pick in just a second. All right, we are just a few picks away from my team. As you see, we have had some defense and kickers go, and that's only because of auto pick reasons. So the auto pick system is really dumb, and why they can't make a software that doesn't auto pick kickers and defense until your last 2 picks, I do not know. But it is what it is. This will be a kicker right here. And it's a kicker, Justin Tucker. Imagine that. And then let's see, who am I going to be targeting here? I am on the clock. Julian Edelman, Carson. I don't want a quarterback. Let's see, any running backs? What running backs? James White, Tariq Cohen, Keyshawn Vaughn. Let me go ahead and take. I'm gonna go ahead and take James White. Wait. Okay, I was about to say. Why? It almost didn't let me take anyone. Okay, and then wide receiver. Let's see. Julian Edelman, Brandon Cooks. Oh, yeah, let's go ahead and take Brandon Cooks. I have him as a wide receiver 35 overall, which is better than all of those other players. And so I'm really liking this team so far. It's not too bad. I've got nice selection of running backs. Got a nice selection of wide receivers. And, of course, a great, elite tight end. So that should be fun. I shouldn't have much worrisome to do. And maybe with my next pick, I can look at quarterbacks, see if there's anyone available that I want. But really, you're just going to want to keep loading up on talent and hoarding everything that you can. All right, I am just a couple picks away. And I did look at quarterbacks, but there's none that I want to take just yet because I actually want to target Emmanuel Sanders here. So I am going to go ahead and draft Emmanuel Sanders. And then running backs. I could take J.K. Dobbins just in case Mark Ingram goes down with an injury. Zach Moss in case Devin Singletary goes down with an injury. Latavius Murray in case Alvin Kamara go down with an injury. I'm going to go ahead and take J.K. Dobbins though. just because I think Mark Ingram has a better chance to go down with an injury just because he's older, if that makes any sense. And then also, the Ravens are a very heavy run team, so maybe they'll give J.K. Dobbins 10 touches a game. Just something. Just really drafting depth right here. So I've got, 3 picks left, I believe. I do have 3 picks left, so I will go ahead and grab my quarterback with this next selection. And look at the quarterbacks still available. Matt Stafford, Ben Roethlisberger, Daniel Jones, Baker Mayfield, Joe Burrow. Like, there's still plenty of quarterbacks that I like. Even Phillip Rivers is still available. These are quarterbacks that I like. I will be hoping Matthew Stafford is available for me, because I do have him at quarterback 8 in my league, or in my rankings. So at quarterback 8, and he's still here. This is kind of why you don't just draft quarterbacks so early if you're not in a 2-quarterback league. But if he's not, no big deal. I might take Joe Burrow just for fun, Baker Mayfield. I'm not too worried about it. And we'll be there in just a jiffy. All right, we are just a couple selections away, and I am looking at Matthew Stafford right here. He should make it back to me. I'd be really annoyed if he doesn't, because none of these teams need quarterbacks anyway. Especially Team 9, he does not need a quarterback. So let's see what is going to happen. CeeDee Lamb gets taken. And then oh my, dude, what? You don't. Kyler Murray and auto pick got Matthew Stafford. That's annoying, but that is okay. I will regroup later. Let me see. I'm going to take Mecole Hardman again, actually. And then I think running back, I'm going to go ahead and take Zach Moss in case of Devin Singletary getting an injury. And so my last pick will actually be a quarterback, which usually I don't do. But, of course, I have a smorgasbord of selections of quarterbacks to choose from. Daniel Jones, Big Ben, Baker, Joe Burrow. There are a ton of quarterbacks available that I do like, and I absolutely will find one to draft. So we will be back in just a second with our very last selection. Alright, so I am a couple picks away, and I got kind of hosed because all of these auto draft selections are taking multiple quarterbacks. So I'm not going to get a quarterback that I absolutely want, but it's okay. This is a mock draft. It's no big deal. Baker Mayfield, Ryan Tannehill, Jared Goff, Jimmy G, Cam Newton, Kirk Cousins. Gonna go ahead and take Baker Mayfield. He's gonna be fun to watch always. He's always an exciting guy. Gotta love the Browns. Give the Browns a chance. So let's go ahead and go over my team. All right. So at quarterback, we have Baker Mayfield, who actually could make his way into quarterback 1 tier this year. If everything goes to plan, the Browns actually have a good season. He could make his way into quarterback 1 tier, and he got taken with my very last selection. My running backs, I took them with my first 2 selections. Got Clyde Edwards-Helaire and Joe Mixon. Wide receivers, I have Tyler Lockett, DJ Chark. Nice little combo wide receiver right there. A little more boom and bust wide receivers, but when they do boom, it should be excellent. George Kittle as my tight end, and Chris Carson as my wide receiver running back spot right now. Kicker defense, I will just drop 2 people right before the first start of the season and get a kicker in defense. And my bench consists of Michael Gallup, AJ Green, so 2 wide receivers. Then we got James White, running back, Brandon Cooks, wide receiver, Emmanuel Sanders, wide receiver, and J.K. Dobbins, running back. So at pick 10, this selection, how do I think I did? I like this team, not too bad. It's weird because I really would have probably preferred having a for sure fire wide receiver 1. So I've got to remind myself that George Kittle is my for sure wide receiver 1. Not, Tyler Lockett or DJ Chark. So I've never actually had an early round tight end before, so it is kind of weird seeing that team. But I do think this team can kick it, bring it every single day. My running backs should be excellent, and I would actually be very excited if I did get this team. I think I have plenty of depth at every position. and I would be excited to see how this team goes. So that will be it for today's episode, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you come back Friday as we will have another mock draft video. That one will be on ESPN. Just heads up. It will be another 10-team PPR because that is what I play. I love 10-team PPR. It is great. And make sure you let me know in the comments what you think of this team. Let me know if you want me to do any other drafts. Just send a message. I'll be on the YouTubes. Let me know down in the comments. Make sure you smash the thumbs up button, subscribe, like, share, get this out there. Let everyone know about this, as this has been Way with Texas Cat Gaming Sports. Don't forget to be God above all. I'll see you next time.